Well, hello. You've stumbled across another episode of Lunch Stream and Chill. Or today, Coffee Stream and Chill. Because, man, I'm not having any food yet. Coffee smells delicious. So, here we go. Oh, it's still too hot. Welcome. It's good to have you. We're going to check and make sure that going live is actually working here, that we have some pieces to it. Whoop. My camera takes off on me. Good stuff. We're live. We are working. We have chat. Do we have chat? We have chat. Alright, now, when none of you watch, you'll at least know that it was functional. Alrighty, today we are going to go check out Rykad Minoris. That is our plan. Should be fun. There's a few things that we could potentially accomplish there. Yesterday, the lowest walks of life, and by the right, the overall blood side quest. You know, pretty great. So, on we go. If you're new here, welcome. Lunch Stream and Chill is just based around relaxing, playing some games, often story games, sometimes listening to some music, some 2-cent philosophy, and just relaxing a little bit. Hope you can enjoy. It is pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I wanted to warn you in advance. All right. More conversation. My character is built for conversation, logic, that kind of stuff, so it should be good. A rotating throne, always funny. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat. Explain yourself. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. I apologize, but I must speak to the captain. That's interesting. Not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged in your personnel file? Personnel file? But why is it personal? I guess they both work. Lord Captain. Virulent. Is that a pun? I wish to hear a report, not a shouting match. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted and the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. I urge you to investigate the actions of Rofure and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks. There's an insurrection in the making and no one has informed me? I would not deem it a problem of the rogue trader's attention. Lower decks are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared establish workers' rule. How does that happen in the Imperium? Oh. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero survived his execution. So Vent thinks that if I address the problem directly, that it will quell the rumors and end the insurrection. Or mutiny, or whatever I'm supposed to call this. I've already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. Sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring it. Yes. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak as long as I see fit. I've always handled internal problems myself, so of course, when I received information about the cultists hiding in the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. Not one vermin who murdered Theodora will find refuge on her ship. Three worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. Okay, when I reported to my concerns, only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit. How did this all start? The enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions. Sure. It was Depot 4. One of the poorest sectioners, yes, of course. Easily replaceable. Yikes. Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rot gut. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if it hadn't been so harsh. The problem is not limited to this sector. It is located in one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect. Yes. Master at Arms, you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Zarbak. Unlike Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realize that it is not within my right to challenge my superiors. That being said, while I entirely share Master Rosarian's opinion on what fate Depot 4 deserves, I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Do you wish to respond? Can you recall an occasion where I'd encourage an officer to disobey their superior, or overrule their order, or show favoritism? None. There have been no such cases. Your conduct in this regard has always been spotless. Distinguishing them, some of them, and know them by name is tantamount to handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. Haha. Enforcers are meant to be faceless servants, fighters ready to die, their fate entrusted to their commander and no one else. Interesting. Would you say the Seneschal singled you out from your peers? Never granted me privileges, never once advocated for me or facilitated my promotions. He did convince me to be an officer, sure, extensive guidance for my service. And while not all my fellows receive such attention, I know of at least a dozen fine officers whom the Seneschal keeps in his sights to ensure that they continue to strive. This is interesting. So this really speaks to the faceless Imperium, right? The lack of personalization, the importance that humanity fight together. And it's important when you play this game to put yourself in the world, because the idea that merely acknowledging somebody's individuality is favoritism is one that doesn't map to a highly individualistic society like the current United States. Every third person standing on this bridge right now was my student at one point. Yes. Separate those with potential from those who have exhausted it. Okay, Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. The enforcers and officers whom he has deemed particularly promising are at times given permission to approach him for tutelage. Cannot deny his experience and insight. However, extending such patronage over the head of their immediate superior encourages disregard for hierarchy. I see. I have only myself to blame, I suppose. I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate. So, this is an interesting decision, and I'm kind of curious to see how it'll play out in the world. Because again, the Imperium of Man and the rogue traitor are not necessarily... They don't necessarily map to the way you think they should work. I had a conversation with a viewer in episode 2 or 3, and we talked about dogmatic, right? So I chose to go dogmatic for this run, and he prefers heretical. And he asked me why dogmatic, and I said I love to see how things go wrong when people are stuck on only doing something the right way. It's the failure of bureaucracy, failure of hierarchy. There's some really interesting stories that go on there. And the heretic is essentially, when you choose the heretical way, you're choosing to buck authority, right, and reject the Imperium. But then when you buck authority and reject the Imperium, that also has consequences. It brings chaos into the world. And I think that overall this world does a really interesting job of showing both of those, saying, hey, none of this is perfect, but some people are going to be more pulled towards that hierarchy, authority. I'm just following orders. And some people are more pulled to that, like, you're lying, and because you're lying, everything you stand for is wrong. So I'm going over here. And it is true, the Emperor lies. But he lies for your good. The Emperor protects his lies. All right. I think I'm going to support Seneschal, but verify the soundness of his decisions. I think it's acceptable that you escort me. All right. Off we go. To the lower decks. I was told also by my, one of my early viewers that his favorite part of the game was the space battles. The organization of the daily routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders, the mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavor to insulate you. I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. You are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne no less. Let's keep moving. Valves
I always
here.
keep my options open.
What are the valves for?
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
There they are. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I've given you an order. I cannot comply. This is my deck and sector. So long as this area remains under the Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. Interesting. What is the situation? The people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. I want to speak to the strikers. Right you are. One of the really interesting ways that this could go is that
Rise to the
Vent
top or
could
get left in the dust.
betray us. Speaking of vents, I really, really am curious what these valves do. Okay, there's some goods here. So let's pull back a little bit. We have a valve here. What does this do? I can't interact with it. Right. So if I can't interact with the vents, that makes things
Let us
easier.
not dawdle.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Perhaps examining the pipe will allow you to reach it. So pop, pop. Goes up there, that goes over here. Seems like there's a puzzle here of some sort.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Well, for now, let's move up. People before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation. A whisper passes through the crowd. You detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy. 3 people break away from the crowd. These must be the leaders. You've come down to see us, yes. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking? That's news to us. What? All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Here's the deal, your lordship. Here's the deal. That's how you address me? One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to whole bays for a week at a time so we get sick and freeze. Yes. Vent is the only enforcer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks. Your lordship were no villains here, we're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. The prosecution started apropos of nothing? A cultist amulet? What's that? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers said they were looking for heretics among us. This amulet, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector. Some of these... Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Oh. We all worship the Emperor. When we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? So my understanding is that the warp can corrupt people easily. You cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of holy fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of the amulets you stole? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? We were attacked. How do you explain that? These people have been pushed to their limit and now they're lashing out. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off. Their body language and glances traded between them reveal the news of the attack has shocked them. I authored use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers. Specific steps taken by officers were not reported to me. Nevertheless, I'm certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. Was it necessary to torture people with cold? The rabble only understands one language. I think Sourback is our pragmatist? Is that the nice word to use for her? Him? Him, her? What changes are you requesting? We want the enforcers gone, and we want to be armed. That sounds... yeah. Before the day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop harassing us, that'll be enough. Spreading anarchy in the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands. Yes. Thoughts, Abelard? Accidentally picking up the heretical amulet doesn't convince me. Yes. What begins as petty thievery can turn into a far graver problem. I've seen it before. Master at Arms. Give the rabble a grox and they will take an aggro world. Well, this is an interesting problem to try to sort through. Again, thinking in terms of the world, thinking in terms of the rogue trader's world, thinking in terms of how corrupting and influenced chaos is, and how the chaos gods can just do a number on people. They're not giving you an easy answer here. It seems like there's an easy answer, right? The persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets. But by taking this lighter touch, if there are heretical objects on the ship, that could come back and hurt us. But the other answer is, you failed to convince me of your trustworthiness. Well, they're telling the truth to the best of their ability. We do know that from our earlier check. Everyone who was involved will be eliminated is a little rough. But it is the in-world dogmatic answer. I think, let's say the persecution will stop, and expecting assistance. We'll see if they follow through. We're going to try for encouraging loyalty. The other thing is, though, that they definitely told us earlier that these people were not high-skilled, they were not valuable in particular to the ship.
I always have a backup.
And so it would be...
Success is the only outcome I accept.
So they did tell us that these people were replaceable. And they may be setting up a reveal later where if you offer any sort of quarter to the workers, that you suffer some sort of penalty or some sort of tragedy. And I wouldn't even be upset with that. Such an intriguing setup to the story. Nothing is happening. So, out, down, comes around. Show me the top. I'm not quite sure how this here is connected to anything else. Does it go both directions? No. Oh, it does bend around. Okay. So then after it can't really see where it goes, eh?
Keep your wits about you.
Perhaps turning a different valve will work. Indeed. So now, with that one open, so we have this valve over here. Comes around this valve over here.
Is there money to be made?
This valve is on a different color pipe. What color is this pipe? This pipe might be the right color. Good. And then this valve. Oh, this valve then.
I always keep my options open.
What? You kowtow to the disloyal rabble. This is how you would see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's Protectorate. Well, again, there's some really valid answers here. Your actions practically guaranteed the revolt. Irascibly. Good writers. I mean, how often do you see that word? Well, the scathing answer here, maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. That's harsh. That's rough for poor Abelard, but also might be true. I would be only too willing to trust in my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters. But the situation had spiraled out of your head, or out of your control. I like that one. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodore's deeds the true sign of greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredible, reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly everything that had been built over years began to quake. Yes. One of the senior officers betrayed us all, the rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I'm duty-bound to aid you to find footing as fast as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from the problems in the past. Yes. Oh, these are good answers. These are good answers. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's Protector is just as important to me. You're the only person who has comprehensive knowledge. I think in the future, I will follow your... This comes off as too weak. Right? This comes off as respectful, but demanding respect in response. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. Good. I want to figure out this valve thing now. This valve shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, because it's the wrong
Always keep your eye on the
color.
prize.
Oh, do we have a blue valve in here? Yes, we do. And that might bring us around.
I always get the job done.
Crack grenade.
Rise to the top.
All right.
Or get left in the dust.
40 minutes in. Do we actually get to land at the planet as we intended? Loading screen. All right. We'll do our level ups here. Special ability. Dismantling attack also cripples the enemy. Nice. Until the end of combat. Nice. Until the end of combat. I like this. I think I like that. All right. Logic-wise, we are way ahead of where we need to be. Tech use-wise, I think we'll just pump this up. It'll match logic then. Of lore. Do we... Actually, lore Xenos isn't a terrible thing to have. Trying to get ourselves high on the skill checks. And nobody else has this. Yeah, okay. Cabela. Death Waltz also grants the Blade Dancer 4 additional charges of death from above. Oh. Yes, please. Nice. Nice. Alright, officer, finest hour. Fellowship's only 40. So yeah, maybe not that one. Yeah, I think I like this one. Keep the team alive. All right. Soldier time. Rate of fire increase. Okay. 20% harder to dodge. Armor penetration. I like this. We'll call that good. Okay, so dismantling attack. I already have this one for the rogue trader, so we'll go ahead and grab this one. And then, where do you sit? Interesting. I mean, you have the awareness already, yeah? So, this is what we can do. Or warp. Alright, daring breach. 4 MP for each kill. %, parry and 2 deflection until the end of combat. Until the end of combat, the warrior gains 4 movement points. Right? And may use their movement after attacking or using abilities. I mean, yeah, okay. That seems good to me. Alright. Once more into the map, my friends. To Rykad Minoris. Might need to retitle this episode. If we don't actually make it to Rykad Minoris. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics, risen from darkness to take your life. I like how this says protocol. As of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Konrad Voigtvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Kneel before the rogue traitor. Your lives belong to me. All you hear in response is unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and derisive laughter. Anger ignites in your chest, and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with a strange, unnerving proportion, a curved design, and an unusual hilt, adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, because of course it does, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there, on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Yeah, so we're throwing this away. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again. So you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Whoa. Yeah, boy. Just a calm little game, Rogue Trader. No big deal. Just a calm little game. Oh, wait. I saw a finger. Link your account. Oh, yeah.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Right. Back to the map. Let us try again. Begin scan. Starport. Extract you. That was extract you. Starport. Accept. traitor in a war zone with blaze blasts going by. Why is there no cover? The starport greets you with the din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It's difficult to tell who's firing at whom. Our skies are on lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happened to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it? And on a shuttle like that. Where'd you get it? Stolen from the palace? Grab 'em, lads. We got ourselves a rebel landing force. By the holy throne, what is this mess? They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Abelard, enlighten this rabble. You stand before Rogue Schrader von Valentius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give his lordship a formal report. With a mixture of awe and terror, rightfully, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks. My mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter's commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Ugh. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Las Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire about the headquarters, your lordship, sir. What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First, the lower levels sparked, then it went up to the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew the trouble on Rykad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. You may continue to report, peasant. She's so toxic. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Minoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered an increase to securities at key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a while since the reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo and every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. So, this is interesting. You were late to arrive. So it seems like the order that you do these missions in really will affect it. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts. We've fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking and things keep exploding. These people are scared. Yes. And that's when those preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Reinforcements will be sent from my ship. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. What tech priest? A very important person from Adeptus Mechanicus. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that. Interesting. The Inquisitor, or looking for the Inquisitor? You're a good soldier. I'll see your heroism is noted. I live to serve. Alright. On your travels, you'll hear rumors. Those of them deserving of the rogue trader's attention are logged in the journal. Yeah. Alright. This poor guard.
Keep your wits about you.
Alrighty, off we go. Let's see what we can do.
It will take up the blood seat, but I will grant
Abelard, you can be up here closer to the action. You can be up here closer to the action. Dira, you can be up here. Cassia, yeah, you're fine there for now. Argenta, can we get you anywhere? Argenta, what should I do with you? You don't get to go until several others. So it might be wise, actually. Let's see. Let's put the rogue trader back here. Full cover. Full cover? Magenta can be up here. Start the battle.
Let's get to it. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Perfect shots. Okay, so if I take a shot here, why am I not getting a percentage? Does that have to move up? I have to move up? Really? Oh, I do have to move up. Bummer. Okay, so let's move up here. That's our first move. Then we're going to
who, if not
hunker
me?
down the perfect spot. Analyze. Do... What can we see that's more than a few health? These are all pretty basic. This is the strongest one.
I won't compromise my principles.
Yeah, but is that a range?
On it.
Okay, great. Surefire
It's as
plan.
good as done. $62, 62, 86, 95.
mean, it's pretty hard to pass on a 95% shot.
Another enemy down.
You're done. Let's see what happens next.
I've suffered worse.
Did that knock him out of cover?
Let's make it quick.
I'm not
give the rogue
accustomed to
traitor
being
another turn.
ordered around.
Bang, bang.
Never stood a chance. I'll see to it personally.
Okay. Glimpse of Fate. Let's do Voice of Command for Abelard here. Give him a nice little boost. I think we'll also do Glimpse of Fate for him.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
In terms of what else we're going to do, we do have this auto pistol. I cannot see an enemy here. And I think we're out of actions anyway, so...
Hold on. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Popped his buddy in the back.
My presence has failed me.
Interesting. I'm gonna go for it. Because even with the low percentages, if I hit them, they go down.
As the Emperor commands, I act. You can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice, Argento, nice. Alright. Cool. Dash. Let me see. What do I want to do for this last point?
Doubt is for the
Let's
weak.
just go ahead and cap off that momentum. Alright. I'm going to call that good. Alright, Abelard. I think we're going to go up and whack these guys, actually. So if we... Yeah, so if we pop out here...
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Oh. Yeah, we could do that. Pop out
Tried
here.
and tested tactics are the best ones.
We parry you.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Wait, that didn't work. Alright, well.
The shadows will see it done. As on our old days.
Alright. I think that's all I can do for now, unless I want to do a return. Acrobatic artistry. Okay, Adira. Let's see what we can get done here. Agitator's over there. Can you mess up the agitator? No, can't reach. You can mess up these two rebels, but then I'm probably gonna hit Abelard. Dominate. We're gonna give a little bit of a buff over to Abelard there to try to make things a little better.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
One more down.
Not this Scryer's job.
Let's make it quick.
I will not die in dishonor.
I'll make it happen.
Alright, you're good. I don't think you have much to add here. You give the rogue traitor another turn. But he doesn't have any movement points, so maybe not.
On it.
I guess that didn't make any sense. Voice of command.
I'm afraid not. Step aside. The navigator is coming.
All right.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Give Abelard another little help there.
I must not falter.
Let's see what this guard does. Can't do anything useful.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Run. Dash. Revel in slaughter. Winded effect. You have winded?
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Alright. You did good.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Whoop. That didn't work.
I'll do it. Each strike is
There
a
we go.
prayer. When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
That was an interesting little challenge. Not too hard. Not too hard. But doable. something to kind of get me thinking
Is
about
there money to be made?
angles. But, yeah.
I woke up with a
With
feeling of
Argenta
wonder,
being so lucky
as if a field of flowers
on
was
that,
blossoming nearby. A
backside
child was saved from
of the
death.
ship shot.
1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Blind madman. Please give them back to me, just one. Dark. Where'd my audio go?
I always keep my options open.
So I have no audio, but stream says that there is audio on the stream. Here's an interesting idea. Might hear myself talk a little bit. Hello, hello. Nope. Headset is 0 audio. We'll give it another shot. Interesting. Technical difficulties. Okay, I'm going to tab out for a second, see if I can figure out what's going on, because obviously I should be able to hear.
Let us not dawdle.
All right, well, no music for me. Looks like it's working for you all, so that's good at least. Oh, there's more enemies. Let's have a look on this side before we dive in there. Lord Imperial.
That's how it's done.
Do not touch a shipment of ties to the blessed Lord Captain Caligos. I'm totally touching. Commander Cloak. That is a cloak for her.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The eyes lie. Thank you, my lord. You've arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good. Are you unharmed, soldier? All thanks to you, my lord. Blind lunatics all over the city right now. These rebels are around naming everyone until they get their hands on. Naming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Intriguing. Command doesn't want anyone to talk about it. It's heresy, actual heresy, because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got hold of him and carried him from his post. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, Governor's aide and personal Vox operator. What were you doing here on your own? Following special instructions. I'm a rogue traitor. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It is within my rights. Mm-hmm. You really are the rogue traitor. I'll tell you everything. I'm looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition. I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. Why did they send you to a starport? Updated Vox codes and assess the situation. Oh, well, if they're listening to your messages, that would make communication impossible. Been a riot in a prison. York 5 is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. There's not much anyone could tell you about it. The place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants on a regular basis. It's like no one ever comes back. Yup. Your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving the Navigator House and therefore all of the Imperium. It is a high honor. Only now does Casper notice Cassia and his eyes go wide with fear. There's something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? It's not classified, just personal. Another reason why I'm here. When the riot reports came back, Lord Yvain headed there personally. So, the skies closed off, don't try to land. Didn't make it in time. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I worry. Pray not for her survival, but for her honorable death should it come to it. Do you think the governor can handle the rebellion? Oh, come now. We won't tell anyone. Things are pretty rotten. These rebels are strange. You know no fear, and their attacks are so precise. Interesting. Command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage, but it's not about spying. Interesting. He's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. Well, if they're vague, it's hard for them to fail you, isn't it? The esteemed and honorable scion of the blessed rogue trader, master of Rykad system. I have no more questions. Alright. Well, it appears this
I
next
always
area
have a backup plan.
is the next challenge for our team. And I think
I know
maybe
how to take
what I will
risks.
do,
I'll see to it
take a shot at
personally.
the barrel. Alright, are you using your shotgun? That man.
I'll make it happen. Arrogance will be your downfall.
I will level you!
Alright. Rogue Trader. There. Abelard. Here. Right. Figure it out. Magenta there. Vera there. Bella hiding. Start from here and we see how close they come.
Here we go.
To battle.
Let's get to it.
Scared, yeah?
My ears are ringing.
Time to slaughter someone.
Interesting. Go
Let's
ahead
get
and
to
pass
it.
that turn. Rebels Commander.
Let's get to it.
Kind of like that.
Show me what you've got. Let's get to it.
So, let's give Rogue Trader.
I am a
additional
navigator,
turn first.
not a servitor.
And I have no line of sight to anything. So, can I move? I cannot move.
It's as
So
good
let's
as
just
done.
anchor down. And then let's go ahead and give the voice of command and give lips of fate.
If I may,
Go ahead and move on to the next round here. Can you see anybody? Can
I'm not so sure.
sight target. Kind of want to draw them into a kill box.
On it.
Throw out a dominate here. Throw out a forewarning. Or a Magenta. Let's see if we can finish off this guy.
Be gone.
You can't see anything. Hit this barrel. Seems like I can.
Don't let your guard down.
And then while we're at it, put the commander exploits. Then can I uncover? Not uncover though. But I think that's it
Let's
for
make
the
it quick.
Rogue Trader, unfortunately. But we'll make the best out of it. Abelard. Should I charge yet? Can I reach? reach you. Interesting. I can reach you.
At your beck and
I'm gonna
call.
go for that. And then we'll go ahead and brace for
Victory
impact,
is imminent.
and we will endure.
I will do my duty.
And then from the pistol, take a brief little pot shot. Somebody. 60%.
It will be done.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think the question is, can I do some significant damage here? It looks like the answer's yes. This is pretty good.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Which momentum do we have? 160? We're going to run and gun.
Doubt is for the weak.
Get into this partial cover. Then take another pot shot here.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Here we go.
Hopefully, Argenta's not in a bad spot. Alright.
here, maggot. I will endure.
This is pretty aggressive, but at this difficulty level, not terribly worried about it. Oh, Bella's about to have a good day. Death from above, right there.
The other side awaits. One foe or 100. I will kill them all. I shall not fail.
One
Trust
more
me.
and then
The shadows
Keeps the
will
ability
see it
universe.
done.
jump
Killing brings me no pleasure.
and jump. You have dashed out, and you have become safe once again.
Out of my way.
Okay. Hit your buddy, but not me. It's okay. I don't mind that. Rogue Trader, have a turn. So 89%, 89%. This is a guaranteed kill. This is a guaranteed kill. Hit.
On
Up to
it.
95.
Another enemy down.
That was easy. Voice of command.
That is foolishness. If only that were possible.
Argenta. And then Goose of Fate. Argenta.
I'm afraid not.
Come on.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'm going to yell at somebody. Can we get close enough? Yell at somebody. Can we get close enough to zap somebody?
No can do.
So, screaming. Hit the rebel commander with analyze. We're going to psychic shriek commander. Then we're going to go ahead and put forewarning on ourselves.
Will do.
Dira is right out in line of fire. Makes me a little bit nervous.
I'll see
Hit the
to
rebel
it
commander
personally.
with analyze. We're going to go ahead and surefire plan. To move up and spot.
I'll make it happen.
That will give us an opportunity. 85% chance.
It's as good as never stood a chance.
Yes, sir. Commander's turn is ended. Now Abelard, have some fun.
A tactically sound approach. One fewer target.
Alright.
Indeed.
Hit endure here. That's good. Then we're going to swap over to our longer range gun.
It will be done.
Shot here. Argenta's in the warpath, I'm pretty sure. Okay, should be able to hit from there. Question is...
I'll do it.
Can we do this? Does that give us any additional chance? Not terrible.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Alright. Ability
In
to
thy
gain
light I
deal
stand,
additional
and thy
attacks.
light I crave.
Up.
Doubt is for the one can escape the Emperor's judgment.
That's it.
Always keep your eye on the
Nice little
prize.
puzzle. Conversation's more interesting. Also, no audios. Bum deal. It's too bad. Goods. Goods. And
Cast
bads.
your eye there.
What do we have here?
Right. Disarm this trap.
Never doubt
Disarm
me.
this trap.
Duty
Disarm this
prevails.
trap.
I better
your
myself
wits
through my
about you.
service.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
They are not.
The nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Find it and let their enemies
What's he doing? Fall back!
The tech priest blows up.
May knowledge be thy
This
fate.
machine.
Let the cycle be discontinued. Not another
The
step.
trail comes from the folds of the partially smoldering crimson raiment. It has been hard. Him transforms into a Vox-synthesized voice. Not another step.
Flee.
His gaunt hand rises to stop you, and immediately your Vox howls in pain. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ugh, blast it!
Abelard, this is no time to lose your composure. Present me.
Rogue trader von Valancius greets you, honored tech priest.
Rogue Trader von
graciously grants
Valencius
you permission
greets
to
you,
remain
honored
in
tech
his
priest,
presence.
and graciously grants you permission to remain in his presence.
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to Rogue Trader
I
House
identify
von
you as a member of
Valancius.
High Stratum
I am
belonging to
detecting
Rogue
no
Trader
need
House von
for
Valancius.
confrontation.
I am detecting no need for confrontation.
The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no
The
longer
convoy received an
functional.
order to meet you.
Therefore,
It is no longer
I
functional. Therefore, I propose we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers. Why do you wish to see the governor? I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagos Armanax, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call.
But the rabble's
unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor to determine my mentor's current location.
My escort
was ordered by the commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task. Man, Mechanicus are really interesting as they remove their humanity, for sure. You must be quite devoted to your mentor to be willing to wade into this mess for him.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. Doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death. Indeed. That's With my mentor's words, the Omnissiah gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumph in service. I will be redeemed, and I will
triumph.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation. Alright, so I need to drop somebody. The logical one to drop is Adira, because she overlaps with the Rogue Trader's abilities. So this is an acceptable... Oh, and he's also an operative. Yeah. Calculated relations. Right. Rush target. Instant exposure. Tide of Excellence. Sure, Tide of Excellence is good. We will continue to improve intelligence. Yes. Precise attack. Joint analysis. I mean, I really do like Perfect Spot. Seems good to me. Tech use. This tech use is excellent, so we'll go ahead and continue to improve that. Improve exposed weakness. Persistence of the Forge. Successful critical hits. article of weaponry. Interesting. Origin talents, yeah. Okay. Persistence of the Forge. Seems fine. I really don't know a lot about these, and we can retech them later, so. Awareness. Lore Xenos. Medicae. We're going to go with Medicae. Alright. And then from an inventory perspective, how do you sit? You have an axe. You have a las gun. Excellent. Can we improve upon your weapon? Sniper rifle. Kind of like the idea of throwing a sniper rifle on you instead of the las gun. Let's do that. Armor wise. It's a spinner. Holy vestment's fine, I guess. Accessories. Oh, I like that. I like that for Cabela. Alright.
Is there money to be made?
We should deal with this.
Eyes ruthlessly burned.
Argenta, don't you find it difficult to be without your sisters?
A lift here.
You are a soldier without a squad.
Does it do anything for us?
I will fight alongside my sisters again, but my present fate is a burden to me. No matter where I go, or who I am with, I bring death to heretics. That is what matters.
Dawdle.
Sin skin. Well, that's nice. If agility is more than 40. Well,
I have a nose for profit and the taste for adventure.
Still probably worth putting on. Agility 35.
I always keep my options open.
Round we go. Oh no, there's another group. Quit your whinging. I've seen the tech priest do it twice. I even brought a sensor to him. Of course they'll listen. Boom. Profane violation of the algorithm. Oh my goodness.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Well, that makes me want to commune with this spirit.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Access received.
I'll make an example out of you.
Spare none of them.
That's not ideal. I get partial covers. That's good. A full cover is probably right. Full cover. You are just kind of in a bad spot. You don't go for a while. Turn doesn't come up for a while there. Traitor. Make do. Let's see. Same thing. We'll make do. Make do back here. Let's go. Make do back here. And Cabela. We're gonna be a little aggressive with Cabela. Alright, start the battle.
There are many paths to death. And you chose this one?
Turrets. Doing the Emperor's work.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Death is a blessing. Come, the other side awaits. As
How many
honor
jumps
ordains,
can I do?
I would that I could.
Apparently not enough.
I shall
Back we
not
go.
fail.
Back. Back. And reach out. Call that good.
Let's get to it.
Time to slaughter someone.
I don't need luck. I have
this roll right
strategy.
here.
Another enemy down.
Go down. Can't see either of those.
I'll see to it personally.
Hit the closest one.
Let's get to it.
See what I'd like to say.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Zoom.
On this particular end was inevitable.
Oh no. Argent is taking place. What shall we do? And up here. Push these two.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! It's a prayer.
And
I'll do
run
it.
down. Give you a bad time. Let's see. Here, how.
Guided by faith!
Bummer. Bummer, lads.
The scriptural prognosis is
37%. Oh. Something to try.
My vow is to serve.
Give you some advice.
Blessed are those who sacrifice to the Imperium.
Oh. Well, Cabela, field day with this poor sod.
Death comes in silence. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Alright, let's check our map real quick. We have some loot that we missed that I should go back for. We have Sergeant, we have Pilot, and then we have 2 exits. So that's something to be aware of. Always good to check your map so you don't accidentally miss. These maps aren't enormous, so going back to grab that loot that you missed isn't terrible. I like that they make it easy to be thorough once you've explored.
Keep your wits about you.
There's a little backpack in the corner. Didn't see it at all. Alright. Next up. Anything to say to us, Mr. Pilot, sir? What was that weapon they fired at us? Can't say I know. The shots it fires certainly fly quick. Leave. Alright. Let's check this corner down here. There's a door. Not sure if it will open. Not sure if this is the correct direction or not. Oh, crippled leg. That's unfortunate.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
We have here, judging by the caustic smell, promethium was stored here. Good luck.
Operation successful.
Death World Origin, light flak arm. Interesting. Light.
Miscalculations are for
rare
commoners.
such an arm.
I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
I think I already gave you some good investments, yeah. So I guess the question is, does the agility give us something? Anything? Well, for Cassia, this is an improvement. Even though it probably doesn't match up properly with who she is, that's okay. On we go. Back to the starport.
I always have a
I think I'm
backup
going
plan.
to need to not let this go to its natural conclusion. Maybe I should see. I should check. Right, here we go. Streets. Collect all. Excellent. It's a quiet day. There's an key. I have pressed the NA key. I found it on the keyboard. I pressed it. Find out what's going on. Well, appears to be a dead guardsman there. And another there. Halfway extends across a wide bridge, which is suspended high above the roiling waters of the river below. The bridge is densely packed with imposing and ostentatious buildings, designed to flatter the vanity of the local elite. In the real world, we have trouble with needles and poop in our streets. But in the fake world, we have trouble with rotting corpses. The problem is, they don't always rot. Alright. Well, we have another opportunity for some points here. I'm definitely feeling like lore could be the pump. Pascal has Xenos lore, so Imperium lore. I mean, we could also go logic. Looks like we have a 65 in logic. 55 in Imperium lore. Yeah, let's go with Imperium lore. And then perception. Again, intelligence perception is the build that I'm going for. It's not, I'm not sure build is the right word. It's not a build. It's just me goofing around. Epicenter of slaughter. Rage, easy target. Contempt. All right. Weapon skill, strength. Increases their parry and reduces enemy parry chance. Strength. Damage. Strength is a big gap for me right now. Yeah, I think strength is it. Argenta. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased. Nice. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, gains 20% more damage for their next attack. Okay. Plus 8% critical hit chance. 16 if you're in cover. That's pretty great. Continuing to pump agility here. Is that the right move? Who knows? Alright. Officer. Persuasion, commerce. So, commerce is going to be definitely better. Yeah, awareness. Awareness it is. And then... is she my fellowship person? My willpower person. Willpower, perception. Alright. Lore Xenos. Logic. Lore Xenos it is. And perception? Weapon skill. Interesting. Tech use. Interesting. Why is weapon skill so high? That's intriguing. Well, maybe he will be good in close with all that weapon skill. Balancing on the edge. Guillotine. So let's go to archetype origin. Dance of Thorns. Let's go back to recommended. Blade in his hand. Go back to features here. So strength, agility. Agility is it. So agility probably. Doubled if using a two-handed sword. Yeah. Alright. Could go toughness here. I think toughness might be the play, actually. Weapon skill is a good idea, but toughness might be the play. Okay. Moving on. We still have no audio, which makes for a kind of interesting stream. Because I believe the audio is on the stream, but these guys are doing nothing for me. Your Lordship, Private Camille Regius, ready to escort you to the command center. Alright. The success to failure ratio of combat objectives completion for this world's military speaks to its subpar efficiency. Awareness. Your uniform looks odd on you, soldier, as if it belongs to someone else. Apologies, Your Lordship. It's a new uniform. The guards are in a difficult situation right now, so we often get issued whatever's left. Your mouth is full of mud, soldier. You're hiding something behind beaming hues of faith and loyalty. Fear, I guess? In times like these, if you give in to weakness, you're done for. And I'm not done with life just yet. How did you make it out alive if your entire convoy perished? The Emperor protected me. I didn't run, Your Lordship, if that's what you're thinking. I was by my commander's side until the very end. I shot the last rebel from the gang that attacked us. But alas, the captain succumbed to his wounds, and the others had already died. The Emperor rest their souls. Enough talking. This, is suspicious for sure.
Over there.
We discovered some goods. That's good.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
It's here. Double door does not budge. It's blocked. Rubber. Right. There we go.
What a peculiar thing.
Whoop.
Is there money to be made?
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. The Emperor favors me today.
Oh, just ran into it.
I've read about this.
The battlefield looks highly suspicious. Half of your comrades never even had the chance to draw their weapons, and the direction of the shots as well. The attackers knew exactly what path the group would take. The enemy is smart and cunning. Aim your weapon at the private. Too many parts of your story fail to add up. Do not believe him, Lord Captain. Pale green is seeping from his every word, and I know this color of deceit well. Size up the private. Private is a poor actor. You know he is not trying to trick you. Let's keep walking. He is probably a tool.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
This would be a useful tool for me. He's clearly been one for the enemy. Yep.
Beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Oh. So, first off. Traitor. Oh, I can't move. Start the battle. Okay. Well, since I've been ambushed, I get to make the best of it. So we go.
Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Alright. Momentum.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
How do we sit? 32. Something we can do.
I suck.
Show me what you've got.
That'll allow you to move up.
I bring mercy and retribution. Now, the other side awaits.
That will lead you to a beautiful.
Trust me, death is a blessing.
Which will lead you to a beautiful.
As honor ordained.
Which will lead you to
as the tenets demand.
Let's make it quick.
All right. 51%, 86%. This is good.
Another enemy down.
Hit. We're going to go ahead and set ourselves up for a perfect spot here.
Who, if not me?
This rebel. We have one more coming around the corner. And that rebel has yet to go, but it's okay. Alright. So front.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
It's not good. Glimpse of fate.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
And let's get Pascal turn here. Extra opportunity to move around a little bit. Do you have any movement points? No. But can mark. Yes. That rebel. Machine spirit banishment. And you can.
My competencies are not that universal.
That is foolishness.
Available.
Just a minor setback.
Abelard, give you the task of finishing off this rebel.
My place is at the fore. Reduced to dust.
And brace for
I will do my duty.
I have a lot going on with Abelard right now. Parry 92. Dodge 50. So he should do pretty well. Crippled leg is unfortunate, but we'll get there. Do that one.
Let's get to it.
One. Yeah. So.
Of his faithful.
Machine spirit communication. All weapons in a huge area give additional items. Interesting. Nice. Machine spirit banishment. That's right, we looked at that earlier. 4 to 95%. I will take
Running
this.
by Eric
Argenta will move up. This gives you a 52%. Let's instead move up and sprint.
I refuse.
80%. Right.
I am his will made manifest.
Hop.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the weak. With you, my Emperor! That is not the Emperor's will.
I'm here, maggot.
Too bad he lived. Let's dodge though. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. After Cabela.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Running up here.
Killing
What am I trying to do?
brings me no pleasure.
We'll just retreat.
Trust me.
Oh, no, rebel troopers. No? Wanna come and say hello?
I refuse.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Follow my lead.
Escort is now 1 minute. Forward.
I'm just giving seconds.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Can't catch me.
As the Emperor commands.
Shots here. Come up.
I'm a member.
Thought they would be coming.
I am your blade and shield.
Hold on.
Scared yet?
It's as good as done.
Let's go percentage. We have a hit.
I'll see to it personally.
Used find weakness. Analyze enemies first.
On it.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Going up. Let's give
If I may.
road trading.
Who if not us?
Here's a finisher. Ripper. 8.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Duel. Just in case. It's gonna matter. Go ahead and try out our long-range attack.
Significant value.
Right. Your victory means nothing. Aurora will come for you. No one will escape the final dawn. Updating data catalog. The characteristic tendency of the planetary defense forces to run into ambushes is not a consequence of chance or negligence. You led your convoy into an ambush, didn't you? No, your entire convoy is gone. 6 months with the governor's underlings has taught me their ways. I had no trouble posing as one of them. I had to make sure you scum didn't decide to turn around and fly home. Who is Aurora? Aurora is the hidden truth. No one is worthy of seeing her face, but those who are loyal to her will stand by her side at the hour of the final dawn that will consume all. Bye. The giant gun. Alright, well. Hand flamer. Pretty wild. Alright, let's go ahead and get this trap. Do it
Duty prevails.
Yes. Trooper over here. Select all. Attention.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Whose attention do you want? As ordered by the planet's lawful governor to prevent recurring rebellions.
I better myself through my service.
A disorganized rabble should not be capable of bringing down a world like Rykad Minoris.
Capable of bringing down a world.
Is the governor exerting every effort to restore order here? I am not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
Perhaps the Undying One did not claim him at the right time, and now he occupies a place that is not his. We will soon find out.
This is such a strange place.
Pay attention.
To, cut off the play. But I think I need to do something else for a while. Stub carbine. Oh, neat. And with no one watching anyway. Or well, outside of our normal window. Hidden goods. Emergency injector. Nice. Info. What is toughness bonus? Oh, interesting. Okay. Nice. That's all.
Let us not dawdle.
Figure that out in a little bit. Well, before we move on, I definitely have the feeling we have at least half an hour left here. So, let's call this video for now. I hope I've been pleasant commentary and ASMR for your day. If not, you know, why are you watching? It's been Lunch Stream and Chill. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day. Be a friend to somebody else today. Work hard, but don't forget to relax a little bit as well. A lot of life is about balance at the right times and intensity at the right times. I'm Rofure, this is rofuregames. Thank you for watching. Hit those algorithm buttons on whatever platform you're on if you like what we're doing. Cheers.